Hi, and welcome to Catrin Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we're going to be reviewing IDW's Love is Love. Now, before we start this review, I just want to go into a little bit around the background and the creation of this book. So all of the panels, texts, and images within this book and contained around it have all been completely donated by a number of creators throughout the walks of the comic book realm. We're talking all sorts of creators, from George Perez to James Tynion to so many other amazing people. So this book is a completely charity-driven book. It's meant to raise not only awareness but also funds for the Pulse Orlando Victims Fund for their families, and just to help spread the meaning love is love. The message behind this book is very strong, and it's something that I believe in wholeheartedly. Love is love. It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're bi, if you're trans, if you're black, if you're white, if you're orange, everyone loves who they love, and everyone should be free to love who they love and how they love. But getting right into this book, it's a beautiful book. It is an anthology piece. It is done as a way to honor and commemorate not only love but also the Pulse victims. There's a number of different panels that actually depict inside the nightclub and the after effect of what happened throughout the world after the shooting. It is a very emotional book. It's got some light-hearted stories as well. One of them is a Harley and Ivy story, which is Love is Love, which is very cute, and it's about everything that you have to do when you truly love someone and all of the ups and downs, and it's literally coming together through compromise for the one you love. So it's a beautiful story, but the art in this is just incredible. And one of these stories in particular that I really love, it's a young woman who's watching the news as the Pulse shooting has broken out. And her father basically says he doesn't understand why he's seeing all those men holding hands with each other. And she says that they're trying to console each other. What would he have done if it had been her in that nightclub? And then she says, what would you have done if I was gay? And she comes out to her father. And she says that she's going to drive down there. She's going to be there at that memorial the following day. And her father tells her that he's going to drive her down, even if it takes all night, because no matter what, he loves his daughter and he accepts his daughter. And that's a beautiful moment. That is the definition of love, loving someone completely, no matter what. Another great story is Batman going through the nightclub after the shooting, and he just can't make sense of it. He can find no real evidence, no real clues of why this had to happen, why this had to be. And the cops outside are discussing the fact that he's been inside, that he's working the case. And one of the cops actually says he's the world's greatest detective. If he can't find answers to why this happened, no one can. But it's just a number of great stories like that. Like, there's a little boy who has lost his father, and he's talking to his daddy about it. And it's literally the kind of book that just tears your heart out when you read it. And I'm not ashamed to say I cried when I read this book. It is so beautiful. There's so many different stories. It's not just a superhero book. There's a number of great stories with superheroes in this, but there's also just a number of great stories with just everyday individuals talking about love and equality, and it's just all about acceptance. There's even a really good one about Slade Wilson And they're discussing the fact that the killer used guns and the exact guns that he used. And you see Slade in his chair, and then he walks outside and tosses out all his guns. And he says, fuck it. From now on, I use a karate. So I love it. I mean, there's even stuff about anti-bullying in here. There's like this really cute little Charlie Brown-esque comic where one boy pushes another one down and is laughing at him. So a girl stands by him, and then another boy stands by him, until finally it comes to a huge group of individuals are standing by him. And it's saying, when you believe in something, fight for it. And when you see injustice, fight harder than you've ever fought before. But I gotta tell you, this book is beautiful. I love it. I cannot say enough amazing things about this book. And it just has every form of comic and art you can imagine in here. I mean, hello, Alters Chalice is in this, and she's talking about acceptance and the fact that you have to be above it all. You have to be above all of this hatred, and you have to be who you are. You have to be proud and strong enough to stand up for who you are. And that's just such a beautiful message, and just such a hate-filled world for someone to stand out for it. Yeah, there's also another great one with the lanterns. Diversity makes us stronger. Embracing it makes us human. And it's Hal Jordan with a number of the other Green Lanterns. Like I said, there is a gay Green Lantern. There is a number of Green Lanterns from different nationalities and different ethnicities. And there's other Green Lanterns that aren't even human that are in this panel. And all of the colors behind them, this is a very strong piece of art. And that is what this book is. It's literally just art. And it's so gorgeous. Now, I know this book isn't necessarily for everyone, and not everyone is going to agree with a lot of its messages, but at its core, it's all about love and acceptance and the strength to be proud of who you are on the inside. And I just think that this is such a beautiful book and a beautiful message, and I want everyone to go out and pick this up if you haven't already. I'm more than sure that it will be completely worth your time and your money. Like I said, it does go towards an amazing charity, and it's meant to spread a message so that nothing like this horrible shooting will happen again. And in a really hate-filled and horrific world like we live in, you know, there's a lot of bad things, so let's put a little bit more beauty in it. So give me a like if you like this video, comment below, and tell me if you picked up this book and what particular stories you really loved if you read it. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of my older videos I had up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And like I said, this is a really emotional book, and I am getting a little emotional just talking about it, but it's beautiful. Give it a chance. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.